The receipt fell from her gym bag like a bomb with a lit fuse. I almost missed it. Just a crumpled piece of paper that could have been trash. But something made me pick it up, smooth it out under the kitchen lights. The Waldorf downtown, $429 per night. Last Tuesday. The same night Meredith was supposedly at her mother's bedside. My name is Jonas, and until 10 seconds ago, I thought I had a perfect marriage. I stood there, receipt clutched in my trembling hand, as memories of last week crashed over me. Meredith's tearful phone call. Mom's getting worse, I need to go stay with her. Me, concerned husband, packing her overnight bag. The texts she sent about her mother's declining condition. All lies. The front door clicked, and I quickly stuffed the receipt in my pocket. Meredith breezed in, gym bag slung over her shoulder, looking fresh from her evening yoga class. "Hey, babe," she smiled, reaching up to kiss my cheek. I forced myself to return the gesture, fighting the urge to recoil. "You wouldn't believe the traffic tonight. Sarah wouldn't stop talking about her divorce, and we ran late." "How's your mom doing?" I asked casually, watching her face. Not a flicker of hesitation. "Better today, actually. The new medication seems to be helping." I nodded, bile rising in my throat. 7 years of marriage, and I'd never noticed how easily she could lie. "I'm going to shower," she said, heading upstairs. "Could you order dinner? I'm starving." The moment I heard the bathroom door close, I grabbed her tablet from her purse. We'd always known each other's passwords. No secrets between us, she'd always said. The irony made me sick. Her messaging apps revealed nothing at first. Then I noticed a conversation thread labeled only R. My hands shook as I opened it. The messages went back months. Intimate, explicit. Photos I couldn't bear to look at. And then I saw his name in full. Rory. My best friend since high school. The guy who stood next to me at our wedding. "He believes every word LOL," Meredith had written last Tuesday. Poor thing actually packed my bag for me. "Make sure you wear that thing I like tonight," Rory had replied. The shower was still running upstairs. I forwarded the entire conversation to my email, then carefully replaced the tablet exactly as I'd found it. My hands were steady now. Too steady. The kind of stillness that comes before a storm. I heard the water shut off, followed by Meredith's footsteps. "Did you order food?" she called down. "Just about to," I replied, amazed at how normal my voice sounded. "Hey, speaking of your mom, maybe we should visit her this weekend. I feel bad I haven't seen her lately." A pause. "Oh, she's actually going to be at a specialist appointment. Maybe next weekend?" "Sure," I said. "Next weekend would be perfect." I pulled out my phone and pretended to order dinner while opening my email. The messages were there, dozens of them, each one a knife in my back. My wife and my best friend, laughing at my stupidity. Upstairs, Meredith was humming to herself, probably texting Rory about how clueless I was. But they were wrong about that. I wasn't clueless anymore. And they were about to learn exactly how dangerous that could be. Sleep wasn't an option. I lay in bed beside Meredith, listening to her peaceful breathing, wondering how many nights she'd slept this soundly after being with him. At 3 a.m., I slipped out of bed and went to my home office. The calendar sync between our devices had always been automatic, another thing we'd set up in the name of transparency. I pulled up her schedule for the past 6 months, cross-referencing dates with hotel charges on our shared credit card. A pattern emerged. Every other Tuesday, always visiting mom or girls' night with Sarah. Always a hotel room charged to our card, then quickly paid off from her personal account. My phone buzzed. A text from Rory. "Hey man, we still on for golf Saturday?" I stared at his message, remembering all the times we'd played golf together while he was sleeping with my wife. The casual beers afterward. The way he'd ask about Meredith with that concerned friend expression. "Can't make it," I typed back. "Something came up." His response was immediate. "Everything okay?" I thought about the wedding video stored in my office drawer. Rory's best man speech, talking about friendship and loyalty. "All good," I replied. "Just busy." The sun was rising when I heard Meredith stirring upstairs. I quickly closed the laptop and headed to the kitchen to start coffee. She came down in her silk robe, the one I'd bought her for our anniversary. "You're up early," she said, wrapping her arms around me from behind. I forced myself not to stiffen. Couldn't sleep. Work stuff. "Poor baby," she kissed my shoulder. "I'm meeting Sarah for lunch today. Don't wait up for dinner." Sarah. Another lie. I'd already checked the hotel bookings. The Waldorf had a room reserved for today under M. Sherman. "Have fun," I said, pouring her coffee exactly how she liked it. "Say hi to Sarah for me." After she left for work, I went to our bedroom. The locked drawer in her vanity had always been her private space, somewhere I'd respectfully avoided. Today, respect could go to hell. The lock picked easily. Inside, beneath some jewelry boxes, lay a photo album marked "Private" in her elegant handwriting. My hands trembled as I opened it. The first photo punched the air from my lungs. Meredith and Rory at some beach I didn't recognize, his arms around her waist, both laughing at the camera. More photos followed. Intimate moments in hotel rooms, secret meetings in parks, even one in our own backyard during last summer's barbecue. The dates went back 8 months. My phone buzzed again. Rory. "Zara's out of town next Tuesday. Want to grab dinner?" Next Tuesday. The same day Meredith had another hotel booking. I took photos of every page in the album, then carefully replaced everything. Opening my laptop, I booked a room at the Waldorf for next Tuesday, right next to their usual room. My phone buzzed one more time. Meredith. "Missing you already. Can't wait for tonight." I stared at her message, remembering how she used to send me the same texts when our love was real. Now I wondered if she'd copied and pasted it between conversations, sending one to me and one to him. "Miss you too," I replied, adding a heart emoji like everything was normal. Like I wasn't planning to destroy their world. Because that's what they'd done to mine. And I was going to make sure they felt every second of it crumbling around them. The Waldorf's front desk clerk didn't even blink when I requested room 714, right next to my wife's regular love nest. I arrived 2 hours early, setting up my equipment with mechanical precision. 2 small cameras, one hidden in the hallway plant facing their door, another mounted near the air vent between our rooms. My laptop hummed quietly, ready to record. My phone buzzed. "Meredith. Just leaving work now. Traffic's terrible. Don't wait up." I replied with a photo of my hotel room in Philadelphia, where I was supposedly attending a business conference. In reality, it was just a Google image I'd saved. "Miss you. Conference is boring. Sleep well." At 7:43 p.m., I heard them in the hallway. The camera feed showed Meredith giggling as Rory fumbled with the keycard. She wore the red dress I'd given her for Valentine's Day. "Hurry up," she whispered. "Someone might see." "Let them," Rory laughed. "Your husband's in Philadelphia, and Zara's visiting her sister." The door clicked shut. I turned up the audio feed, my stomach churning as their voices carried through the wall. "Remember our first time here?" Rory asked. How could I forget? Jonas was at that medical conference in Boston. God, we were so nervous then, Rory chuckled. Now look at us, professionals. I closed my eyes, remembering that conference. How I'd called her every night, missing her. How she'd said she was lonely without me. Their voices grew softer, more intimate. I forced myself to listen, to record everything. Each laugh, each whisper, each betrayal caught in crystal clear audio. My phone lit up, a text from Zara. Miss you guys. Having fun with sis. Give Jonas a hug for me, Mer. I stared at the message, wondering if Zara had any idea her sister lived 3 states away. Another lie in their web of deception. Through the wall, Meredith's voice carried clearly. What if he finds out? Rory laughed. Jonas? He's clueless. Remember last month when he helped me pick out Zara's anniversary gift? The poor bastard even gave me relationship advice. You're terrible, Meredith giggled. That's not what you said 5 minutes ago. Their laughter faded into sounds I forced myself to record, but couldn't bear to hear. I opened my laptop, pulling up an old video from my wedding. Rory stood at the microphone, champagne in hand. Jonas has been my best friend since we were kids, he was saying. I've never met a more honest, loyal guy. And Meredith, you're the luckiest woman in the world. Take care of each other. The video Jonas smiled, raising his glass. The real Jonas, sitting in a dark hotel room, watched his wife and best friend destroy everything that speech had promised. At 3 a.m., they finally fell silent. The hallway camera showed them leaving. Meredith checking her makeup in her phone camera. Rory adjusting his tie. One last kiss before they separated. Him to his empty house. Her to our marriage bed. I waited until their footsteps faded before starting to pack up my equipment. The footage was saved, backed up and ready, but I wasn't done yet. This was just the beginning. My phone buzzed one final time. Meredith. Going to bed now. Hope your conference is going well. Love you. I didn't reply. Instead, I created a new email account. thetruthcomeshome@gmail.com. Tomorrow, everyone would know exactly what kind of people Meredith and Rory really were. But tonight, they could enjoy their last few hours of peace before their world burned down. Dawn crept through the hotel window as I compiled the evidence. My hands moved steadily over the keyboard, organizing everything into a single, devastating file labeled Enjoy the Show. First, the video compilation. Their hallway encounters, timestamps clear in the corner. The audio, enhanced and crystal clear, of their conversations through the wall. Hotel receipts spanning months, all with Meredith's signature. Their messages, screenshot after screenshot, each one more damning than the last. My phone rang. Rory. Hey man, he said, sounding cheerful. Missed you at golf yesterday. Everything okay? Actually, I said, keeping my voice neutral, I could use your advice on something. Got a minute? Always, brother. What's up? I opened the video file of him and Meredith from last night. If you found out your wife was cheating, what would you do? A pause. What? Meredith's cheating? I didn't say it was Meredith. Another pause, longer this time. Right, sorry. I just assumed. Why do you think someone's cheating? I played the audio file, just loud enough for him to hear his own voice. Jonas, he's clueless. The line went dead. My phone immediately lit up with texts from both of them. Rory. I can explain. Meredith. Baby, please call me. Rory. It's not what you think. Meredith. We need to talk. I blocked both numbers and returned to my work. The email list grew. Meredith's family, including her self-righteous mother Camilla and her sister Gianna. Rory's parents, who'd treated me like a second son. Our mutual friends. The partners at Meredith's law firm. Rory's golf club buddies. And Zara. My finger hesitated over her name. She deserved to know, but this would destroy her world too. My laptop pinged. A new email from Meredith. Jonas, please. Whatever you think you know, let me explain. I love you. What Rory and I have, it's nothing. A mistake. Please don't do anything rash. Think about our life together. Think about everything we built. Call me, please. I added her email to the compilation. Another ping. Rory this time. Bro, I know I fucked up, but we're better than this. Remember when my dad died? You were there for me. Remember all our years of friendship. Don't do something we can't come back from. Let's talk about this like men. Added to the file. I checked my watch. 7:45 a.m. Meredith would be waking up soon, pretending she'd slept at home. Rory would be having breakfast with Zara, playing the devoted husband. The email was ready. Subject line, the truth about Meredith and Rory. Body text, Actions have consequences. Here are yours. Attached. Enjoy the show. Zip. I scheduled it for 8 a.m. when everyone would be checking their morning emails. Then I packed my equipment, erasing all traces of my presence from the room. At the front desk, I handed over my key card. Checking out early? Yes, I said. I've seen everything I needed to see. In my car, I watched the hotel entrance. At 7:58, Meredith's car pulled up. She was probably here to meet Rory again, thinking I was still in Philadelphia. 8 a.m. My phone started buzzing with notifications. The email had sent. I started the engine, taking one last look at Meredith as she checked her phone. I watched her face change. Confusion, shock, horror. She looked up, scanning the parking lot frantically. For a moment, our eyes met through my windshield. I smiled and drove away. The locksmith finished quickly. All done, sir. Not even your wife's key will work now. I handed him cash, watching him drive away before carrying a single suitcase to the front porch. Inside it, divorce papers, that damned photo of her and Rory, and her favourite dress. The red one she'd worn last night, now cut to shreds. My phone hadn't stopped buzzing since the email went out. I'd blocked most numbers, but some messages got through. Gianna. Holy shit, Jonas. I'm so sorry. That bitch isn't my sister anymore. Aiden from work. Need anything? Say the word. Camilla. This can't be true. My Meredith would never. I deleted our shared Netflix account, changed the Wi-Fi password, and revoked her access to the smart home system. 7 years of marriage, erased in 30 minutes of clicking buttons. A car screeched to a halt outside. Rory's voice boomed. Jonas! Open the damn door! I watched through the security camera as he pounded on the door, face red with rage or shame. Probably both. You're making a mistake, he shouted. We can fix this. My phone rang. An unknown number. I almost declined it until I saw the voicemail preview. Jonas, it's Zara. Please pick up, I answered. Zara. Her voice was raw, broken. Did you know? Before today, did you know? Found out last week. The hotel receipt gave them away. A harsh laugh. The Waldorf. They weren't even creative about it. All those nights I was visiting my sister, he was with her. Through the camera, I watched Rory still pounding on my door. Your husband's here right now, I said. Want me to give him a message? Tell him. She took a deep breath. Actually, no, I want in. In. Your revenge plan. I know you have one. I want to help burn them both to the ground. Outside, Meredith's car pulled up. She jumped out, still wearing yesterday's clothes. Jonas, please, she cried, joining Rory at the door. We can talk about this. I turned back to the phone. Zara, they destroyed our lives. You sure you want to get your hands dirty? They made me look like a fool, she said, voice hardening. Every dinner party, every game night, every time they laughed behind our backs. I want them to suffer. Through the camera, I watched Meredith find the suitcase. She unzipped it, pulling out the shredded dress. Her face crumpled. Meet me at Carlton Park in an hour, I told Zara. We'll plan properly. I hung up and opened my messaging app, selecting everyone except Meredith and Rory. Thank you for your responses. More evidence will follow. They didn't just betray their spouses, they betrayed all of you. Every smile was fake. Every moment was a lie. Feel free to share the truth widely. Outside, Meredith had found the divorce papers. You can't do this, she screamed at the door. You're my husband. I picked up my pre-packed bag and headed for the back door. Let them scream. Let them pound on the door. Let them feel a fraction of the helplessness we felt. My phone buzzed one last time. Zara had sent a photo. Her wedding album in flames in her backyard. See you in an hour, she wrote. And Jonas, make them pay. I smiled, starting my car quietly in the garage. Through the security camera on my phone, I watched them still pleading at my front door, not realizing I was already gone. They thought the email was bad. That was just the beginning. Zara and I were about to show them what real betrayal felt like. Carlton Park was empty except for Zara, sitting on a bench with 2 coffee cups and a laptop. Her eyes were red but fierce. "Black, 2 sugars," she said, handing me a cup. "Rory told me how you take it. Funny, the things they remembered while lying to us." I sat beside her. "How are you holding up?" "Better than them." She opened her laptop. "I've been busy. Did you know Meredith's firm has a morality clause? I emailed your evidence to her managing partner." I nodded appreciatively. "And Rory, his golf club board received an anonymous tip about inappropriate conduct in the locker room." She smiled coldly. "With photo evidence. You're good at this." "I managed their social calendar for 6 years," she said, typing. "I know everyone they care about, everyone they're trying to impress. Watch this." She pulled up Facebook, where Meredith's carefully curated profile was imploding. Comments flooded her posts. "How could you? Poor Jonas and Zara. Disgusting. Their friends are choosing sides," Zara explained. "Most are with us. The ones defending them, well, check their messages, probably having affairs themselves." My phone buzzed. Gianna. "Jonas, you need to hear this. Meredith just called Mom, crying about how you misunderstood everything. Mom told her to get out and never come back." "How's your mom taking it?" "She's destroying every photo of Meredith in the house. Said she raised a daughter, not a snake." After hanging up, I showed Zara the hotel footage again. "We need to make sure everyone sees who they really are." "Already on it." She turned her laptop. "I made a website. thetruthaboutthem.com. Timeline of their affair, evidence, everything. It's getting hundreds of hits." My phone lit up with a text from Aidan. "Rory just showed up at the office looking for you. Security escorted him out." "They're getting desperate," Zara said, reading over my shoulder. "Good. Now watch this." She pulled up Instagram, where she'd posted a photo from last month's dinner party. Meredith and Rory sat across from each other, sharing a private smile while I told a story. Caption: "Looking back, the signs were everywhere. Cheaters hide in plain sight. Truth will out." The comments exploded instantly. "Keep scrolling," Zara said. "I posted every photo I could find of them together. People are analyzing them like crime scene evidence." Another notification. Meredith had emailed me from a new account. "Jonas, please. I'm sleeping in my car. Gianna won't take my calls. My firm put me on leave. What do you want from me? Just tell me how to fix this." Zara read it and laughed harshly. "Fix it? Like we can fix our trust issues, our humiliation, the years they stole from us?" She was right. There was no fixing this. I forwarded Meredith's email to her entire contact list, with one line added, "Still trying to make it about her." "We're not done," Zara said, pulling out a USB drive. "Remember those couples vacations we took? I have videos. Lots of them. Watch how they act around each other when they think no one's looking." We spent the next hour editing footage, finding every suspicious glance, every lingering touch. The final video was devastating, a montage of betrayal set to their wedding songs. "Ready to post it?" Zara asked. I looked at her. This woman who'd been betrayed as deeply as I had, now turned avenging angel. "Post it." She hit enter. Within minutes, the views started climbing. My phone buzzed again. "Rory, please stop this. You're destroying our lives." I showed Zara the message. She took my phone and typed, "You destroyed your lives. We're just making sure everyone knows it." Then she blocked his number and handed my phone back. "Ready for phase 2? I smiled. "What did you have in mind?" From my parked car across the street, I watched Meredith arrive at our house for the 3rd time that day. Her designer clothes were wrinkled, her perfect hair a mess. She'd been sleeping in her car. All her friends had refused to take her in. "Right on schedule," Zara said from the passenger seat. "Should we tell her you sold the house?" "Not yet. Let her try her key first. Meredith fumbled with her keys, growing increasingly frustrated as none of them worked. She pulled out her phone, probably to call me again. "Check your email," I murmured, hitting send on my phone. We watched her face as she opened the message. Inside was a video compilation. Security footage from our smart doorbell, showing her and Rory sneaking into our house during my business trips. Photos from their secret dates at our favorite restaurants. Clips from parties where they'd disappeared together. "The neighbors are watching," Zara noted. Several curtains had twitched open. Meredith was crying now, mascara running down her face. She kicked the suitcase I'd left, spilling its contents across the porch. A familiar car pulled up. Rory jumped out, looking equally disheveled. "I got fired," he shouted at Meredith. "The board saw everything. My clients are leaving. What the hell are we going to do?" "Keep recording," I told Zara, who had her phone out. "This is gold." "Me?" Meredith screamed back. "I lost everything. My job, my family, my reputation. You said he'd never find out. You said we were careful." Their voices carried across the quiet street. More neighbors appeared, watching openly now. "Should we?" Zara asked, hand on her door handle. I nodded. Show time. We stepped out of the car. The moment they saw us, both fell silent. "Don't stop on our account," Zara called out, walking toward them. "You were just getting to the good part. About being careful." "Zara, please," Rory started. "Save it." She held up her phone. "I'm live streaming this to our website, by the way. Say hi to your followers." Meredith turned to me, eyes pleading. "Jonas, I'm sorry, we can fix this. We can go to counseling." "Counseling?" I laughed. "I already went to counseling, last week. Want to know what the therapist said when I showed her everything?" She paled. "She said you're a textbook narcissist. And Rory?" I turned to him. "She said you're just pathetic." "You can't just destroy our lives like this," Rory shouted. "Actually," Zara stepped closer, "we can. And we did. How's unemployment treating you both?" More neighbors had gathered. Someone was filming on their phone. "By the way," I added, "the house sold yesterday, above asking price. You have 10 minutes to get off my property before I call the police." "Where am I supposed to go?" Meredith whispered. "Maybe ask Rory," Zara suggested sweetly. "Oh, wait. I kicked him out too." They stood there, broken and exposed, as their carefully constructed lies crumbled around them. All their sophisticated manipulation meant nothing now. They were just two cheaters getting exactly what they deserved. "Time's running out." I checked my watch. 8 minutes left. Meredith grabbed her scattered belongings, stuffing them back into the suitcase. Rory just stood there, watching her. 7 minutes, Zara announced to our growing audience. They finally left separately, neither looking back, both vanishing into their new reality, one where everyone knew exactly who they were. Zara stopped recording. That felt good. "Yeah," I said, watching their cars disappear. "It really did." A neighbor approached us, smiling. That was better than cable. We all laughed, and for the first time since discovering the truth, the laughter felt real. The coffee shop was quiet as Zara slid into the booth across from me, pushing a manila envelope across the table. "Final divorce papers," she said. Rory signed them without argument. Apparently he's living in his car now. I sipped my coffee. Meredith signed too. Her sister Gianna delivered them personally. Said she wanted to see the look on her face. "How'd that go?" Gianna said she cried, begged for forgiveness, then tried to blame me for driving her to it. Gianna slapped her. My phone buzzed. Another email from Meredith's new account. "I miss you. Can we talk?" Delete. "They never stop," Zara said, watching me. "Rory sent flowers to my office yesterday. I had security throw them out. The barista brought our pastries, then hesitated. Sorry, but are you the couple from that cheating website? My friends and I followed the whole thing. You're like heroes to everyone who's been cheated on. We smiled politely until she left. The website had gone viral, with thousands sharing their own stories of betrayal and revenge. Meredith and Rory had become cautionary tales. "Heard from Camilla?" I asked. "Meredith's mom?" "Yeah. She's still devastated. Said she raised her daughter better than this." Zara stirred her coffee. "She sent me a care package, actually. Said I was the daughter she wished she had." My phone lit up. "Aiden. Rory just got rejected from another firm. Your evidence follows him everywhere. Well done, man." "No regrets?" I asked Zara. "About destroying their lives? None. They spent years laughing at us, playing us for fools. Now everyone knows exactly who they are." She paused. "You?" I thought about the morning I found that hotel receipt, how my whole world had shattered in an instant. Only regret is not catching them sooner. The bell above the door chimed. We both looked up to see Meredith walking in. She froze when she saw us, her face pale and drawn. No designer clothes today, just jeans and a wrinkled t-shirt. "Jonas," she whispered, "please." "Your restraining order says 50 feet, I reminded her calmly. "This isn't 50 feet. She glanced around the coffee shop. People were staring, phones ready to record another viral moment. "I lost everything," she said. "Are you happy now?" "No," Zara replied before I could. "We're not happy. We're done. There's a difference." Meredith's eyes filled with tears. "I loved you, Jonas. I still do." "You loved yourself more," I said. "Now everyone knows it, including your new boss at the diner. How's waitressing working out?" She fled, the bell chiming behind her. Through the window, we watched her nearly collide with Rory on the sidewalk. They looked at each other, then quickly walked in opposite directions. "That felt good," Zara said. "Yeah." I pulled out an envelope of my own. "Speaking of good things, remember that house I sold? The one you kicked them out of? What about it?" "Bought a new place. Better neighborhood, fresh start." I slid her a key. "Guest room's yours if you want it, until you figure out your next move." She picked up the key, turning it over in her hands. "You know what? Maybe I will. Seems like we make a pretty good team." "We do." I raised my coffee cup. "To new beginnings." "And to karma," she added, clinking her cup against mine. "May it always find cheaters." Outside, life went on. But inside this coffee shop, two people who'd been betrayed by the ones they trusted most had found something unexpected: strength in each other, and peace in justice served.